Welcome back to my backyard, guys. Today we're going to be taking a look at that game. It is developed by those guys, the guys behind the Yakuza series, and Judgment is a spin-off of it. So anyone not in the know, you can expect a third-person action-adventure Japanese drama with plenty of fleshed-out characters, wackos everywhere, fistfight at every street corners, and law arguments so bad that Donald Trump would look like a freaking law professor with 20 years experience. But anyway, before we continue, if you like the video, please like, or if you don't, you're invited to destroy the dislike button. Either way, a sub to the channel would be awesome. Let's keep going. So here's a quick rundown of the story. You play as former celebrity lawyer, this guy, Takayuki Yagami, and you have been on a roll after winning a criminal case defending your client against outrageous allegation of murdering a senile hospital patient. A month later, your client is arrested, this time for killing his girlfriend. But the twist here is that he really did it. So yeah, your character goes depressed, ashamed of himself, and decides to quit the lawyer profession and open a private investigator business with this guy, Kaito, a longtime friend and former Yakuza. 3 years later, weird murders happen and Yagami makes it personal to find out who's the culprit. This is basically the spoiler-free intro of the game, just for you guys. Now, I've played this game for a good while and got a crazy good time with it. Let's find out if this game is for any of you guys. Now, why would you like this game? Number one, awesome fights. The game plays like any other of the series it's based on. Fights are everywhere and people would rather try to kick your ass than answer a simple question about the weather. There is enough unlockable combos and character upgrades available for the game to feel like a Soul Calibur game starring Jackie Chan. You can attack with anything lying around, a flower pot, a bike, or the random store sign. There's also plenty of finisher move, and the game wouldn't be a real Yakuza spin-off without you having to fight an entire building of people from the lower floor to the penthouse suite. The satisfaction of making it through those kind of fights is just incredible. 11 out of 10 would disguise myself as a random AC repairman again any day. Number 2 would be the story. The main story is taken very seriously, and from the beginning I felt like the game expected me to be interested in it. Which is a good thing, because after the first 15 minutes I was hooked in. I mean, as soon as you learn about the murders or the acquittal of the serial killer, you already understand that this game won't mess around, and the role of Yagami as a private investigator is put to use all along. You will investigate, search for cameras, read through police reports, tail people, and question potential witness. It feels like, instead of just being a badass like a dragonborn chosen by God to free the North, you are a regular bloke with a job, and the game will use that talent not as a way to kill everyone, but as a way to make progress and give answers throughout the story. It made me feel like my actions were having an impact, even if it's completely scripted from start to finish.
I was wondering if you have a minute to talk.
About
December 3rd.
Number 3, so much goddamn stuff to do. I mean, there is a reason why, based on howlongtobeat.com, the game's average clear time for the story alone is 26 hours, and the main plus extra ranges between 20 and 40 extra hours added on top of it. The game has plenty of stuff to do outside the main story, going from side activities like dating, taking pictures of cats, playing darts, going to the arcades, or playing VR. There's also more questy stuff like side cases that ranges from finding proof of a cheating husband to exposing a panty pervert trio by buying a $91 high-end pair of panties that we did not want packaged since we'll be using them right away.
ありがとうございました。
Just to bait the perverts out. There is enough stuff to be completely lost for quite a long time, and it serves as a refreshing contrast to the main story since most of the side content is very much comedic and funny to play through. It's also an incredible source of revenue, crazy payouts, great item, and a mountain of skill points to upgrade Yagami. The side quests in Judgment are a must play if you want to be stronger than the asshole running after you, and believe me when I say there's loads of them running after you. And finally, we've got the characters. This is where the game kind of binds everything together. The characters are believable and interesting. I surprised myself by being able to guess the feeling of a character during a cutscene just by looking at their faces. Sometimes they're completely silent but super expressive, and since the game takes the story seriously, the main characters and the side characters implicated in the main story are fully animated and believable. Granted, if you look at the side quest like the Panty Snatcher, you'll find them completely crazy. That old man powering up by smelling used panties got me creeped out in seconds, but it's also part of the game. It makes it fun. When it should be serious, the characters will match that style not only in action but in clothing and expression. When they need to be more lighthearted, they can be disguised as vampires, act like mental patient escaped from the ward, or simply go so grand and random that you can't help but laugh when they talk. Taking the time to discover the craziness behind every character was actually a very enjoyable experience. As usual, it's not all sunshines and rainbows. The game is a re-release of a PS4 game. That in itself ain't a bad thing. The sad part of it is that you have to rebuy the entire thing. It's not a patched-in version or a buy the PS4 get the PS5 upgraded version with it. It's a fully fleshed out re-release at full price that feels like daylight robbery. So yeah, if you have the PS4 version, stick to it. It's not worth it. But if you don't, and you have a PS5, then in my opinion it's completely worth it. Now that's it for today, guys. Anyone who owns a PS5 who felt interested in the game after watching this video, get a friend who has the game and try it through SharePlay with them, and if you like it, in my opinion the price is well worth it, just right for what you get. As usual, let me know what you think in the comments, good or bad. You can also find me on Facebook and Twitter, hybrid10118. I'll be in Judgment for a bit, hope to see a few people join in on the fun. Y'all have a wonderful day and I'll see you around.